Hey guys, coming up in this video, we're going to be looking at this 12.8 volt 100 amp hour battery by UPLUS. So let's have a look at this battery and see if anything stands out. We're going to be doing a capacity test. We're going to open it up and see what the internals look like. But first, let's start out with taking a closer look at the case. So we have our typical case here, UPLUS new technology battery, 12.8 volt 100 amp hour, 1280 watt hours. We have our model number here and lithium iron phosphate. On the top of the battery, we just have our regular terminal posts that are epoxied in. We have our positive and we have our negative. We also have the nylon strap for carrying. And in the product manual, we have very little information. You can see the table of contents. This is pretty much the only page with any substance. So we have the 12.8 100 amp hour, and for the maximum charging 50 amps and the discharging 100 amps. And this is just the sizing and all that. These are some specs for if you want to connect it to an MPP solar charge controller. These are some of the voltages you can set to pre-configure. And it looks like we can actually series this pack up because they have up to a 48 volt pack for their voltage. And the warranty card. Okay, so it looks like they have a 10-year warranty. Within 10 years, we provide after-sale service, maintenance service. And the battery weighs in at 22 pounds or 6 ounces. Next, let's perform a capacity test and see if we get our 100 amp hour. And I'm ready for my discharge test. Let's first make sure the battery is fully charged. And it looks like the battery disconnected. I believe it was at 14.2. I'll have to check the film and see what it was, but I believe it was 14.2. Okay, and we are ready to begin the test. I think I just broke my inverter. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this out. Give me one moment. Well, I'm gonna have to look into that, but I have another inverter now. So let's pre-charge the resistors. And let's see if this one will work. Okay, the voltage seems to be good. Okay, it seems to be working okay now. So I'm going to let this run. It's discharging at about 44 amps. So this test should be pretty quick, and I'll be back with the results. And the capacity test is complete. We have 101.397 amp hours out of the 100 amp hour. So this test is a pass. All right, we've passed. So let's open this up and see what the internals look like. All right, we got it open. So we had some glue around the perimeter, and we also had these little nubs here that grab onto the lid on the bottom and keep everything secured, which is nice. On the inside here, you can see we have the battery pack with high density foam to hold the battery down inside. We also have 2 conductors on the negative, which are 8 gauge conductors, and 200 degrees C wire for temperature. We have hydraulically crimped lugs. So next, let's get this battery pack out and open up this shrink wrap and see what type of cells we're using. So I'm going to very carefully cut into the shrink wrap because I do like to put these batteries back together. Okay, I can see the top of the cells here. All right, and we have cells. Oh, we have a temperature sensor. This battery did not say it had cold temperature protection. If it has cold temperature protection, that's going to be quite amazing. Let's see if I can't scan the QR code and see what type of cells we're using here. Okay, I'm unable to scan it. Let's see if I can manually enter it in. I can't get that to work, but I do have something else that I can look up. All right, I think I was able to, I was able to manually enter in the QR code. So it looks like we have 102 amp hour cells. And it looks like these are Gaussian cells. Now I have heard of them in the past. I haven't seen them very much, but Gaussian cells, they're pretty good. So that's pretty good. So we have Goshen cells. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture of the QR code to put up on the screen. If you guys want to try and find out what manufacturing date these cells are, but I do know that the 03H are Goshen cells, and these cells are actually pretty good. So I'm going to continue on. You can see we have laser welded bus bars. Now these are solid bus bars. There is no hump in the middle in order to give some relief to the terminal posts. So during charging and discharging, this is going to expand and contract, and it could put stress onto the terminal posts, which could make the battery degrade over time. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a relief bump in here for expansion and contraction. The BMS is on this side here. Okay, we have our B minus here and our P minus on this side. And it looks like we have a TP04S013-S and 100 amps. Not really a brand name that I recognize. I'm really curious about this temperature sensor. I'm really curious to see if this has low temperature protection. So I'm going to set up and we'll test the low temperature protection. Okay, low temperature protection test. As you can see, I'm charging with 5 amps here. Now let's chill this probe. Now it usually takes a few minutes to register. Doesn't seem to have low temperature protection. That would have been awesome if it did have low temperature protection. Let's blast it with a duster. So this will chill it extremely fast. Oh, no shit. We might actually have low temperature protection. It just went out. But at what temperature though, I'm wondering? Because the duster will blast it quite cold. Let's warm this sensor back up. There we go. Maybe it's because of the glue on here. Okay, let's try the ice pack again, because if the ice pack disconnects it, then I know it's more closer to freezing. And there we go, we have low temperature protection. Let's try heating this up a little bit. Okay, let's try this again. And there we go, we have low temperature protection. So they don't actually advertise that this has low temperature protection. So I think they'll be actually happy to find out that their battery has it. So let's start charging again. Okay, let's try high temperature while we're here. Yeah, and there we go, we have high temperature protection. So we actually have low and high temperature protection, even though they don't advertise that they have low temperature. That's pretty good. But yeah, this is pretty nice battery. So we have Goshen cells. BMS looks to be pretty decent. And we have low temperature protection. The only downside I see about this battery is the bus bars should have a relief in them for expansion and contraction. But I don't think it's a huge issue. Also, the battery has shipping straps holding the cells together. We have fish paper in between each cell. So all in all, it's a decent battery for $100 or $260. I mean, all the connection points are tight. The balance cable is on top of the lug. I've seen other batteries where they put the balance cable onto the terminal post first, which is wrong. They've done it right here. I mean, all the balance leads are all tight. So yeah, this is actually a pretty decent battery. We also have a high temperature switch. Looks like it's going down into the MOSFETs in the BMS. So all in all, I'm going to give this a pass. This looks like a pretty decent battery for the price. So I'll leave links in the description for this battery if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, that's about all I can say about this one. So thank you for watching, and I've got more content coming soon. Thank you, and bye.